Welcome to a new Voltlog. In this video we'll take a closer look at the various adhesive products that I could find and order on AliExpress from this brand, which has a hard to pronounce name. I would call this Kafuter or Kafuter. I don't know, it doesn't sound right. But since we deal with electronics on this channel, I am particularly interested in how these adhesives would cope with use on electronics. As you may know, in a typical product you may find different types of adhesives used. You might have, for example, some for securing wires, connectors. You might have a different type of glue used for securing big capacitors to stop them from flapping in the breeze. A different type of product for creating a seal against moisture, a different glue for securing trim pots in their final position, or screws. And all of these products need to do their specific job well, at the same time ensuring that they do not break down or become corrosive or conductive over time. I'm not going to be able to give you any guarantees to that regarding these products, as my testing methods are not exactly industry standard, so I'll mostly be giving you like an overview of these cheap products that we can find on AliExpress, and I will mainly recommend them for hobby use. But if you have any experience with this company or its products, please do share them in the comments below. So first, let me present the different products I have and their intended purpose from what I could translate from the packaging and other information I found online. First, let's start with the K1668 yellow adhesive. This is a chloroprene rubber, flame retarding, high temperature resistant up to 105 degrees Celsius, and is used for potting or mechanically securing wires. K704, this is Celastic RTV silicone adhesive, white or black, with a working temperature of minus 60 degrees Celsius plus 250 degrees Celsius, used for mechanically securing parts inside electronic assemblies. K705 RTV silicone adhesive, transparent, with a working temperature of minus 60 to plus 250 degrees Celsius. K200R, preventing loosening and marking of screws in electronic products. K5905 RTV silicone adhesive, translucent, used for sealing electronics against moisture, working temperature minus 60 plus 250 degrees Celsius, appears to be recommended for outdoor LED lamp sealing. And finally, the K586 silicone sealant can be used for sealing motors, compressors, pumps as a gasket. It can resist oil, water, gas and antifreeze with a working temperature of minus 60 to plus 250 degrees Celsius. If you're interested in ordering any of these, just look in the description below the video. You'll find links for places that sell them. I had to start this test a few days ago to give these time to cure, and what I did was to apply a similar quantity from each of these tubes to this test PCB and let it sit. And if you're interested in getting professional PCBs like this one, I recommend you check out the sponsor of this video, PCBWay.com, where you can get your boards manufactured at affordable pricing with fast turnaround times. They also offer complete turnkey solutions where they handle everything from sourcing the parts to assembling and testing your boards before shipping. Check out their website, linked below. The first thing we notice is that the viscosity of these varies a lot from one product to another. The spots where you see like a wider spread, that's where that particular product is thinner, lower viscosity, so it kind of flows all over the place. This, for example, tells us that the K705, because it spreads so easily, could be used like a conformal coating, because you drop it on a board and it spreads around on its own. It's a thin adhesive. I also mentioned this in Voltlog 220, where I showed various other products you can use to waterproof electronics. The K704 and K5S6, which form these blobs, are better products if you want to stop capacitors from flapping in the breeze or generally ensure mechanical stability, because once applied they will not run down. They kind of stick in place to the place where you apply them. They are more viscous adhesives. The K1668 looks a lot like the yellow stuff that you often find securing small RF connectors like UFL or small coax cables to a PCB. You'll notice that this adhesive will be pretty thin when you first apply it, because it had this tendency to spread around, but it also hardens pretty fast, so it compensated for that and stops the spread of the adhesive on the PCB. This is good because you may need it to be liquid at first, so it goes into nooks and crannies, and then you want it to cure fast. The next thing I want to talk about is how fast these different adhesives harden. And I don't mean completely cured, but just to give you a sense of what these felt like 2 hours after application. So the K1668 and K704 were still soft blobs which you could poke with tweezers, but out of the bunch they hardened the fastest so far, getting this rather solid outer shell. K200R was kind of next to form the outer shell while still being a soft blob on the inside. K5905 and K586 were next, just starting to form the outer shell but still kind of sticky on the outer layer. K705 was still soft and sticky. This will cure the slowest out of the bunch, and in my experience with using this product, I always let it sit for at least 24 hours before touching that board again. And if you are wondering, I've been keeping this at about 26 degrees Celsius ambient with about 60% relative humidity. Next, let me try to give you a sense of the final hardness after they've been sitting for about 5 days to completely cure. So the K705 and the K5905 are definitely the softest blobs I have on this test boards. When poked with something like this plastic spudger, you can definitely go through the adhesive quite easily. So if the K705 were to be used as conformal coating, you can definitely poke probes through it for measurement on the PCB. Now the K5905, although applied here in a more thicker layer, it's basically the same consistency and also easy to poke through with this sharp plastic spudger. Next, the K704 and K586, they have this elastic feel when you try to poke them. They kind of resist. They're much denser, pretty much what you would expect as consistency from Celastic holding down a big capacitor. Maybe the K586 is slightly firmer, but let's try to poke them with more force. Yeah, you can kind of go through it, but the K586 is definitely a bit firmer than the K704. And that's probably because it's meant to be used as a gasket. The K1668 and the K200R have a pretty hard outer shell. The K200R pretty much feels like a screw thread locker adhesive, because that's pretty much what it is. And the K1668 once again feels like the yellow stuff used to secure small RF connectors. You can't poke through this stuff with the plastic spudgers. Another non-scientific test I thought I'd do for these is to get a feel of how well they adhere to a smooth surface like the gold plating on the PCB pads. So I'm going to try to scrape this away with the flat side of the spudger and see how easy it is to break away the adhesive from the PCB. So let's start with the K705. I expect it to be pretty easy for this adhesive. And yeah, I think it's fairly easy to break away parts of this adhesive from the PCB, but it's not coming off cleanly. There is still a thin layer of adhesive left on the PCB pad. Expect pretty much the same behavior for the K5905. Oh, and this one appears to break off with the same force, but a bit more clean. The PCB pad left behind is cleaner than with the K705. Next, let's try the K704. So this one is definitely adhered to the surface better, hence why it's recommended to be used for mechanical stability of parts. Yeah, so it's pretty hard to scrape this one away. Pretty hard, a lot of force has to be applied. Let's try the K586. Oh, it was quite easy to scrape this one away. I didn't expect that. The easiest so far. So yeah, I wouldn't use this as a Celastic. Next, the K200R. Remember, this is like a thread locker, and I'm really putting a lot of force in here, but this is stuck pretty well, and it came off. But it was stuck pretty well. Like I put like a similar amount of force that I put on the K704, and this one gave up in the end. And finally, let's try the K1668. This one is not going anywhere. Yeah, so I feel like I'm gonna break the plastic spudger, but yeah, the yellow stuff is not going anywhere. So now, after performing all of these non-scientific and highly subjective tests, if you still think you can value my opinion, I can recommend the best use case for each of these products after trying them out. So starting with the K705, there is no doubt about this one. It's best used as conformal coating. It's low viscosity, and because of that it flows easily on the board, covering everything. It's transparent, so you can see through it, and it's soft enough that you can poke probes and do measurements on the board covered with this stuff. The K5905 is very similar to the K705, just that it's translucent and a bit more viscous, and so the end result is that it flows around less, but its properties seem very similar to the K705. The K704 is best used as Celastic to hold down parts for mechanical stability. It's a more viscous adhesive, so once you apply it to a surface, it kind of stays together, so use this to secure those big capacitors. The K586, I wouldn't recommend using this one as Celastic because, as we saw, it doesn't adhere very well to the surface. This was designed to be used as a seal between two parts, so yeah, use it like that, as a seal, as a gasket replacement, and it's also compatible, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, with oil, antifreeze, water, gases, stuff like that. So yeah, use it as a seal or gasket. The K200R is a thread locker. You can use this for screws. It's maybe like a low to medium hardness. You can use it to secure adjustment pots, screws. Thinking this could also be used like a BGA underfill. It might just do the job. I wouldn't recommend you doing that in production, but for hobby use, if you're doing BGAs, you might use something like this thread locker to do some BGA underfill. And finally, the K1668, also known as yellow glue. This stuff is good for mechanically securing small connectors like UFL connectors, RF connectors, and small coaxial cables. This is a hard glue. You could also use the K704 for the same purpose, but it would give you like this soft finish, which would allow some movement. But using the K1668, it's like epoxy. It really sets hard, and those connectors will not be going anywhere. If you are interested in ordering any of these products, just search for the links in the description below. I will link different places that sell them. And I know all of these tests that I performed were not very scientific, but I think I'm at least pointing you in the right direction, giving you some notion about the best application for each of these products. I haven't yet found a product which is suitable or recommended by the manufacturer for BGA underfill, but that's something that most people usually don't do at home. If you happen to know some adhesives which are specifically designed for BGA underfill and they can be easily ordered from AliExpress, let me know in the comments below. As usual, I kindly ask you to consider supporting this channel on Patreon. You can do that with as little as $1 per month, and that helps provide the revenue stream to keep videos like this one coming. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you next time with a new video.